of hucksters talking about entertainment in the theaters that were local. I told you that this area of the Northeast, New York City, Manhattan, the bright lights, there's a lot of these shows around. They were taking calls, showing clips. They even had guests. It wasn't really professional, but I chuckled at it. One of the guests, ironically enough, was a guy that I had worked with back in my bouncing days. He was talking about how he started to train to become an entertainer. Needless to say, I was surprised. That was the same buddy who back in the early 90s, when I was trying to get into the sports business, said, no, don't. You're wasting your time. He laughed, said it was nowhere to go. Unbelievable, isn't it? He said, but I'm coming that way to perform. How ironic. Anyway, I got in touch with him so I could check it out. Just for ha-has, something to do. Let's say I was curious. I had no intention of being involved in entertaining again. And frankly, I wasn't interested. I showed up at some barrio and walked into the building. The entertainers were there. The props were being put up. I ran into my buddy. He introduced me to several of the performers, and we made our way around the dressing room, the green room, so to speak. As I checked out the surroundings, I had a wicked deja vu. I had been here before. The small buildings, the lousy dressing rooms, no showers, no room. But yet everybody was hungry. They had that look in their eyes for an opportunity and just happy to be there, to put their best foot forward, watching everybody warming up, getting into costume for the crowd, the rush you feel before you go out there and the fans to see you for the first time, awaiting their reaction, negative or positive. There's no experience like it. My buddy was nervous. It was his first time performing because he's done a lot of different things. Plays, wrestling, different things, being in front of live crowds. He asked me to coach him, direct him, manage him. Now, I took that as an honor, and I did it. And I reluctantly agreed. And that's to be continued. Because I was fortunate enough to go on, and I'll be here forever, to perform for many years between the middle and late 90s up until the middle of 2000, 2008. Well over a decade after that. Put everything on hold to finish up my career in the prison. That's your cue, Rick, to come back in. Don't go anywhere. You're getting ready for scene 3. I appreciate it. I believe we're only 30 minutes in. Well, I'll tell you, that guy is long-winded, and boy, he can definitely be annoying, fans. Let me apologize for that. We are 33 minutes in, so I hope you stay here. We're hoping to keep this under an hour, 45 minutes. I appreciate it. I hope you appreciate this performance, and because now we're back to reality. I hope you appreciate what I'm doing. I appreciate your time. Again, we were talking about that clown over there, so now he's off the air. Yes, I said the word clown. I want to talk about the end of that and reiterate what the Guardian of Chaos said. I was fortunate enough to get a cup of coffee and experience life with different people and different performers, to be on Jerry Springer or Ricky Lake and different movies, and whether it be cable TV, and have own shows, but never really make it and be appreciative to people. I stayed basically single for 20 years. The good, the bad, the ugly along the way. But I finished off my career. I retired after 25 years. I'm proud of that. So please bear with me and stay here as we move on and away from that part of it, and I show you who I really am. I know, Avi, you said hesitate and go wherever you want to go. So I'm going to try it because I never did this before. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to go back to show you who I am as a person, who I am as a real person, and what I would love to be remembered for when I'm gone, my legacy. And it's not, I don't do it for that. I just do that because who I am. And here's related to my work ethic and history that was given to me by the state and where I worked in my career that I retired for and put my life on the line for. And I'm very proud of this, and to be able to give it to you guys. And this is a part of me. And we'll go through the evaluation if you can see the different. It's an appraisal form. This is one of my last performances before I retired from Behind the Walls. We'll go to quality of work. And the comment is, officer is neat and accurate. The rating is excellent. We go to thoroughness and accuracy. And the comment is, shows concern for getting the job done right at all times. The rating is excellent. Job knowledge. Has a grasp of his responsibilities and puts them into action. Rating, excellent. Ability to learn new duties. A rapid learner and very flexible. Rating, and excellent. Decisiveness. Uses time wisely and a good decision maker. Rating, excellent. Self-direction and planning. Good organizer. Needs little supervision. Rating, excellent. Cooperation, interpersonal communication skills, which I talk about all the time. He's a team player, works well with his peers. Rating, excellent. Dependability, one of the most dependable people and does not take unscheduled absences for the appraisal. For whatever reason, I only got a satisfactory. I guess none of us are perfect. So I have to give you the honest statements on here too. Remember, I haven't read these in years, so I didn't go through a pre-read. When I read this to you, I forget what was said here. Performance summary and development plan. The officer is a good officer and can be counted on to complete any assignment that is given to him. Developments needed, none. Action plan. The officer has met all job requirements. I'm very, very proud of that from my supervisors in my career behind the walls. I just wanted to share that with you. And here are some letters that have been written on my behalf that people have given to me and given to other people, and I just want to be able to share them with you. I'm not necessarily here to make it all about me telling you who I am. I'm pretty sure I know who I am, and you're going to see that. But I'm going to tell you and show you how, which I find amazing, is how other people see you as well. I have known and worked with Officer Rick for 13 years. Remember, we're dated. This is all dated. He's a very hard-working, responsible, and dedicated veteran of the department. This officer is one of the few people in our line of work who I can say I totally trust my life with. He's always available to lend a helping hand and to give advice to new officers. On top of work and raising his two wonderful children, this officer is involved with fundraising for children's charities. I am proud to say that over the years, Rick has become one of my dearest friends and confidants. Feel free to contact me. Recommendation. I, so-and-so, officer, am writing this letter in reference to Officer Rick, whom I have known since 1994. Officer is a person of good character and great integrity. He is an honorable individual, and he has very respectful relationship with the staff and public in the workplace. His character shows volumes in regards to his loyalty, as does his helpful involvement in fundraising activities for the needy, organizations, and schools. Mr. Rick goes above and beyond in his duties at work without the need to request said assistance. I truly believe that he is an asset to society and a respectful individual who is always reliable. Sincerely, Chief Union Stewart, AFSCME, so on and so forth. Thank you. This is from HSC, United States Coast Guard, retired. Rick has been a friend and co-worker of mine for 4 years. On duty is a professional. He takes pride in his job. He's level-headed, honest, and a hard worker. He takes time to talk with young offenders to try and turn them in the right direction. Off duty, Rick uses the same professional manner dealing with everyone he meets. I don't think Rick has ever met a stranger. I'm honored to call him a friend. Sir, thank you for that. I'm honored to call you a friend, and I'll never forget that. This next letter is from the College of the Holy Cross. It has a psychology BA from the Board of Directors of the United Church of Christ, the Star Island Corporation, the Religious Educational Conference Center, the Board of Directors Exchange of America, enhancing the quality of life of abused children, and a board of directors for the Heart Association. I believe he's also an ordained minister. Thank you, Big D. If I were to describe the great American hero, it would be Mr. Rick, based solely on his compassion to make our world a better place to live. In the department for the state, I've had the privilege and honor to work with Rick for over 20 years. Remember, this was dated years ago back also. What strikes me with the utmost confidence is the commanding presence, leadership, and ability of Mr. Rick to quell a disturbance on the job and on the site that is second to none. Mr. Rick is one of those rare individuals of character that creates an energy in those around him to perform at their full potential. A professional in his private life, as well as his extended interests. We already saw that clown. He's a good guy, basically, though. He really is. Inclusive of his character, the guardian of chaos, Big Daddy, of entertainment fame. And listen, everyone out there. Listen to anyone who's ever had anything to say. It's a good thing. I'm very proud. Reaching out to the children of our communities. Teaching responsible acts of kindness and moral fiber. A man of passion for family values and integrity of industry. A rare find. Rick is a contemplative in action. Thank you, D. I'll never, ever, ever forget that. And then in my latest supervisors. On behalf of Rick, I have known Rick for the past 6 years, and he has served here for the Board of Education. As the athletic director, I have used Rick as security at all our athletic contests where he does an outstanding job. His years of experience, work ethic, and personality have all contributed to the success we have at hosting all of our athletic contests. When confronted with a problem, Rick has the ability to diffuse the situation in a calm and professional manner. He has developed a great rapport with the student athletes, parents, and opposing fans as well. All of our athletes, fans, officials, and opponents have come to expect to see Rick's face as they enter the gym, the arena, the hockey rink, or the ball fields. And not only do they have an immediate respect for his presence, but they are genuinely glad to see him. I have also known Rick in his role as security for the day-to-day operations of the board. Rick has developed a great working relationship with the students and faculty. His ability to communicate with people, problem solve, and create a safe environment for everyone in the building has greatly contributed to the positive culture here at campus. It is without hesitation that I recommend Rick in any role involving anything. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. And one of my former bosses, I know I'm going on, we're 45 minutes. I try to keep it under an hour. Just please, don't go anywhere. I hope this is what you're looking for. It is a great pleasure that I recommend my colleague as he applies for this position. I have had the pleasure of working alongside Mr. Rick for the past 6 years. In his capacity that I can speak to his professionalism, his work ethic, and ability to perform his duties in an effective and efficient manner. In his time here, Mr. Rick has been a positive contributor to the campus. He conducts himself on a high degree of professionalism when interacting with students, parents, colleagues, and members of the community. He has built a strong rapport with all members of our community, which has resulted in a high level of trust. His job responsibilities include, but are not limited to, mediating, greeting, ensuring that they are here with a purpose and contacting the appropriate officials so that the visitor, the person, does not pose a potential risk to student staff, patrolling, using the camera system to create a safe learning environment for all, collaborate with his colleagues on ways to improve the school, improve the campus, to improve the educational atmosphere with things such as drills and evacuations. While performing these duties, I observed Mr. Rick perform with a high level of commitment and professionalism. He understands that he plays a virtual and vital role in the safety of our building, our community, as ensuring safety for our students and staff. I have come to know him personally as a man of integrity and character. He has an infectious personality, and as an important member of our community. I have complete confidence in his abilities, and I know he would make an outstanding contribution to your organization. For these above-mentioned reasons and many others, it is without reservations that I recommend Mr. Rick for any position within your organization. Thank you, Vin. "45 minutes, and here's the closing. And once again, I'm greatly appreciated, and I thank you all for being here. This I've never done. Who I am. Remember that this was dated years ago, and that I'll try to fast forward here ad lib. I am Rick, born October of the year 1963, a Scorpio. I'm a 43-year-old father, I'm now 58, of two beautiful daughters. Brittany is my oldest and my special angel. She is severely handicapped, a wheelchair-bound quadriplegic who has never walked or talked a day in her life. She was born into this condition. She needs 24-hour-a-day care. I am very thankful for her, and she is truly amazing. My youngest is Nicole. She is a pretty smart, spirited young lady. An awesome cheerleader who has made my life complete. She is like her father, opinionated, strong-willed, loyal, giving, and at 17 years old, and she's now 31, has raised her stepsister who was only 4, who is now 18. They are the loves of my life. Nikki is like my best friend. I am a 21-year officer of the state. Remember, I did 25. A part-time entertainer, manager, actor, a former bounty hunter, and a long-time doorman. Let me get in my composure here. I graduated high school in 1981 and then went on to college until 1985, majoring in the field of public and community health. My granddaughter, Mila's. I apologize. Well, actually, I don't apologize. Where was I? Nikki is my best friend. I am a 21-year corrections officer for the state. A part-time actor, as I said. Former bounty hunter, long-time doorman. I lost my place. Graduated high school. I help raise money doing benefit events for various organizations, such as the Leukemia Foundation, Kids with Cancer, fundraisers, and sponsor non-alcoholic alternative dances, much-needed athletic equipment for different teams. I also do appearances, talk shows, radio and internet interviews, sending the message to today's youth to listen to their parents, get an education, stay away from alcohol and drugs, compete in sports, and stay in school. I have had joint custody of my children for their entire lives, and I have never missed a child support payment in over 20 years. I am the youngest of 3, born to Sharon and Joe, who are all hard-working state employees. My dad and mom are retired, living a very modest life. Remember the time frame of this, because I'll update you. I'll update you. No one's ever seen this, not even my own family has seen this side of me. My dad was a very hard-working blue-collar man, and my mom a nurse who sacrificed her whole life for her family. I consider myself a man of his word, who treats people how I want to be treated. My faith, although I'm not overly religious, I pray daily, and I feel it necessary to have faith and to believe in our Father and our Lord Jesus Christ. My heritage is mainly Italian, some English royalty my mother always bragged about, maybe even some Ukrainian, I'm not sure. The rumors were even Polynesian. Who knows, right? I have no previous criminal history, and I'm very proud of that. I take pride in my profession, and I realize what my mission statement is. Remember when this was written, so don't go anywhere. Here's a poem from my daughter, my youngest daughter. What is a dad? A dad is someone who wants to catch you before you fall, but instead picks you up, brushes you off, and lets you try again. A dad is someone who wants to keep you from making mistakes, but instead lets you find your own way, even though his heart breaks in silence when you get hurt. A dad is someone who holds you when you cry, scolds you when you break the rules, shines with pride when you succeed, and has faith even in you even when you fail. That was great. I love you, Nick. Another poem from Nicole, because Brittany never walked or talked a day in her life. She's the only person, we talk about religion, you talk about sin, you talk about people that have sinned, you talk about different things. Make no mistake about it. My daughter, Brittany, is the only person I've ever known that has never committed a sin in her life. My daughter never committed a sin. I'm sorry for, as Gorilla Monsoon used to say, the proboscis. So again, I don't usually expose this vulnerability, so I'm going to keep this under an hour. We're almost done here. I hope you stayed to the end, because I'm sure that when this started, none of you thought it would end here. Dad, when I was born, you were there to catch me when I fall. It's basically the same poem that she would give to me each year. Whenever and wherever. When I said my first words, you were there for me to teach me the whole dictionary if need be. When I took my first steps, you were there to encourage me on. When I had my first day at school, you were there to give me advice and help me with my homework. I still haven't finished school or walked down the aisle or had my first child, but I know you will be there for me through all these times and more, the good and the bad. So I just wrote this to say I love you, Dad. So when she wrote this, she was in high school, and since then, she's been in the emergency room for the last 10 years, is in nursing school, has been married for, son-in-law, daughter. I think you guys have been married now for 3 or 4 years. Been together for like 10 years. They have a beautiful child. They're parents now. My granddaughter Mila and my daughter Nikki sent me a video of her showing my granddaughter how to floss her teeth. Priceless. And my son-in-law, I love you, man. I love you. So that's from my daughter. So, and then this is the part I hope to get through. All right. I'm married now for the second time, because I got divorced a long time ago. I'll be here forever if I tell you my real story. And when they got divorced, and to a beautiful, hardworking, genuine lady right now. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for my boy, Emilio, and if it wasn't for my wife right now, Dar, I love you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. Thank you so much for supporting me. The 25 years in between have been something that I could be here and be here for 10 hours. And I don't want to do that because I'm way over my time. Fast forward to 2021, 25 years in between. Sorry, it's got to be annoying. It's got to be annoying for you guys to listen to. My youngest, Nicole, is now 31, and I'm married. And she's married, and she has a 3-year-old, an amazing mother. My son-in-law is unbelievable. I've gotten a chance to relive raising her all over again by helping out raise my granddaughter. The true meaning of deja vu. My oldest, Brittany, she passed in 2015. And my mom, 3 months later. What a test. What a test. But I know you're in a better place, Brittany. I think about you every day, daughter. And I'll be there with you someday. I can't wait. And I hope Grandma's there with you. You guys are running in the field. We don't forget about you here. We celebrate you every day, daughter. We celebrate you every single day. Nicole, Dar, Uncle Jeff, Grandpa, Uncle Mark, all your cousins, all your family, your mother, Dar. We'll never forget you, obviously. You see the tattoos on my body. I'm not going to show them here. What a test. But if it wasn't for faith, if it wasn't for the people around me, if it wasn't for the Lord, I wouldn't be here. It made me a stronger person. My daughter's no longer suffering. My mother's no longer suffering. 2015 will be a year that I never forget for the rest of my life. But I'm okay now. Don't feel bad for me. I'm okay. In 2021, I'm happy. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. I have a great life. I have a beautiful family. I have a beautiful wife, a beautiful home. I'm very fortunate to be doing this for you. I've since retired from the department. That was in 2011. I took only 2 weeks off and I went right back to work for the board. I chose to help my granddaughter in 2019 and my daughter to raise. I finally come all the way back to something that I had a passion for since I was 7 or 8 and began shooting for at 16 as a radio intern. So we're at 55 minutes. I don't know if this is what anybody was looking for or wanted. I want to know if this, let you know, if this really helped me. It helped me to get this out of there of both people and to show who I really am for a lot of people who don't know me and don't understand me. And you never will. And that's okay. Faith, positivity, family, never giving up and giving back. Because if you don't, you ain't shit. You wanted to see this, Avi? You wanted to see who I really am? This is who I am as Rick. And that's why I'm the guardian of chaos. And that's why. Now I hope you understand. Well, 10 years ago, I'd have never done that on camera. I'd have never done that. But I'm okay with myself. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I'm okay for the future. And I'm so blessed and fortunate and happy and thankful and grateful for this opportunity that I tell you, I won't let you down. I won't let me down. I won't let any of us down. And that's a shoot. Because I am the guardian of chaos. And I do tell it like it is. And I'll say that to say this. There's 3 types of people in this world. Those who don't know what happened, those who wonder what happened, and people like the guardian of chaos that make things happen. And in order to get respect, you have to start with respecting yourself. Once you do that, you open other people's minds to respecting you. Don't you dare miss the story, and the journey continues.